What's going on, guys? Rob at 3STRONG. Remember this from yesterday? And I explained how fats and carbohydrates are a very rich fuel source in our body. Fats are broken down slowly, and they're also utilized slowly as fuel, so lower intensity exercise is what that's going to fuel. Carbohydrates are a fast burning and fast utilized fuel, so that's going to be utilized during higher intensity exercise. Today, I'm going to explain how our body actually stores and then uses these two different fuel sources during different activities, and how that is going to help you burn fat. So, whenever we put fuel into our car, if there's any extra fuel, does our car get rid of it? No, it uses it. That's the same thing that happens with carbohydrates and fats in our body. We have two different fuel tanks. However, one of these fuel tanks has a cap on it, has a limit. And that is going to be our small little tank here, which is our carbohydrates. We actually only have about 400 to 500 grams that we can store in our body. That's all the space we have in our muscles and our liver. Any extra carbohydrates that our body doesn't utilize and doesn't have room to store in the muscles and liver, guess what? It gets shuttled off and stored as fat. Whoops, fats. So that's why when you're consuming a lot of breads, pastas, carbohydrates, and things like that, you actually get fatter from those, and that really has more of an effect on your fat stores than actually consuming fat. These carbohydrates, since it's such a small, tiny little tank, well, why does our body do that? Well, this is our reserve tank. That's why when we're doing higher intensity exercise, anything that is very demanding, we need that little extra boost. We need that fuel source that we can utilize right now. But all our exercise isn't like that. However, what happens is we don't have an efficient system. So somebody who is overweight is very efficient at storing fats. They need to become efficient at utilizing fats. But this carbohydrate tank actually limits it. And this is one of the things that happens is whenever you're getting involved in an exercise program, guess what? Everything feels difficult, right? And so your body naturally wants to start dipping into those sugar stores. So if you are out of shape, your body automatically goes towards the carbohydrate stores to utilize as energy, and it just completely ignores these fat stores. But if you continually start to consume carbohydrates and not do much in terms of exercise, you are never really tapping into those fat stores. That's why those people who are moving fast and exercising really hard and pushing their muscles actually have leaner bodies. They're burning their sugars, but what they're doing is they're allowing themselves to start utilize that fat as fuel. Tomorrow, I am going to continue this conversation because, like I said, this is complicated stuff, but this gives you a pretty good visual on the fact that if you consume an excess amount of carbohydrates, 400, 500 grams, and you don't utilize them through high intensity exercise, those carbohydrates are going to get stored as fat, and that's bad. So the breads, the pastas, the sugars, all that stuff, your body will just automatically store it as fat. I'm going to explain the exercise portion of that tomorrow, but hopefully that gives you some. So the next time you're sitting on the couch wanting to eat that cookie or that cracker or all that stuff, just think about, is my little tank maxed out? And am I just going to keep on filling up that big tank? Or did I work out enough to earn that? I don't know. Think about it. I will see you guys tomorrow.